talking about the whole horse, we kind of look at it as whole horse and a whole team. We work with our farriers, we work with our dental practitioners, we work with their primary. We simply do chiropractic, acupuncture, and medical cases in conjunction with your traditional primary vet. It's not uncommon for us to treat a horse who's been off or lame or injured. It's not uncommon for us to come out, adjust, and have them literally be almost crippled the next day. Think about when your back goes out. You go to you're miserable, right? You're doing anything you can to get around. Our horses do the same thing. Their entire body gets extremely sore. What we do with chiropractic, do we move the bones? Is that what everybody thinks we move the bones? We don't move the bones. If we move them within their normal range of motion, we move the joints where they're supposed to be. If they're out and your horse hurts, that's blocking any number of systems. Not only does it hurt, not only are the muscles sore, but you're blocking blood flow. The inflammation is blocking lymph flow. It's affecting the immune system because you're stressing the horse out. So chiropractic actually does work systemically, not just on a lameness, not just on a horse that he's really sticky behind, or I can't get that left lead. So when you call your chiropractor, normally it's for a lameness, an off, a stickiness somewhere in your horse. But we can actually help them get through an injury better once they've been looked at by your primary. We do short lever, high velocity movements. That's why a 100-pound doctor can work on a 17-hand warm blood. It's a quick motion, just within the range. A lot of times, your horse's first adjustment, you'll see hives. You'll see a lot of muscle twitching as those nerves are kind of resetting themselves. Completely normal. You're releasing histamines in an inflamed area. Not uncommon. So you can actually see the systemic effect on some of these horses almost immediately. We do normally recommend follow-up. By the time you guys are noticing, unless it was an injury, it's been going on for a while. And like Moses was talking about, we check saddle fit, we check rider balance, whole horse approach, the rider. And I can't tell you how many times it's a saddle or a rider issue. We all have our thing. My left leg's shorter than my right. I tend to fall over that side. My horses show it. I know this. Most of you probably know this. So when you're getting your horse, doesn't matter by us or anyone, getting adjusted, really, really important that you look at how the horse got that way. Because I'm not going to be effective sending my doctor out and addressing these issues if we're just going to keep going through the same motion. Anyone know much about acupuncture? Yeah. It's 3,000 years old. There are charts. The first few charts were done on chickens and pigs. We have books and books of livestock. In China, 3,000 years ago, you grew your food. You grew your crops and you raised your animals to eat. Keeping them healthy was important to keep your family alive. When you don't have a lot of medicines that we think of, they developed acupuncture charts. We have charts thousands of years back that we can reference. Humans, we have, I think it's 2 times the amount of acupuncture points on us than they do on a horse. But we're just learning that in us, at least here in the States. Do we know how it works? No. We have no idea exactly how it works. We do know that the acupuncture points exist. Stimulating these points led to an entire increase in wellness in the body. But if you have a systemic illness that needs to be treated, they figured out that these points opened up the flow enough that the body itself can heal. And that's essentially the basis of what this is. The body is going to heal itself when you find the root cause. Chinese medicine is extremely confusing when we say there's, if you're familiar at all, what we call meridians along the entire length of a horse. We have points up here in the shoulder that are called kidney points. Well, to us Western practitioners, how the heck is sticking a needle in their shoulder going to help a kidney? Doesn't make sense. In Chinese medicine, it's the systemic flow. They've figured out that whatever they do here helps with what the kidney's function does. So basically what we're helping do is clear the body of toxins. In our practice, we do a lot of fertility. Horses who have had a really hard time getting pregnant, we have about a 98% success rate with acupuncture. We still use Regimen, we still use progesterone, we still use all those things that we use traditionally, but we can use less. And we can usually get them in full with less with acupuncture. Laminitis, if you call us out quick enough, we can stop a lot of damage and decrease that inflammation, hopefully keep, not that none of the coffee bones from rotating or anything. Colic, while you're waiting for the vet, I actually, the little whirl of hair on their nose that you like to kiss and play with? That's an acupressure point, where while you're waiting for your vet, because you're not going to stick needles in, obviously, you can push that point. Just like right here is a headache point in us, you can push that. It helps relieve the spasming in the intestines until your vet gets there, if you're calling your vet out for that. Roars, obviously we're not going to cure roaring with it, but we've really, really helped in a lot of cases. There's published cases on roaring and racehorses, so we can really make these horses a little more comfortable and increase their oxygen intake with acupuncture.